So I wanted to ask you a question. Are you experiencing some kind of pain or difficulty or challenge in your life right now? If yes, I want to share a story with you. I was reading through this book not too long ago. It talked about this woman who was in a difficult marriage. And in that difficult marriage, one day the husband got up and just walked out. No explanation. Didn't seem to be any reason why. Weeks went by, literally weeks went by, and one day he pulls up in the driveway, and she walks outside almost in tears, and she asks him, "Where were you? What happened? I was worried." I mean, you could imagine after weeks of not seeing your husband and not even knowing where he went, the thoughts that'd be running through your head. But she asks him, "Where did you go?" And his response was that he says to her, "I'm leaving you." And now, I don't know about you, but I can only begin to imagine some of the thoughts and feelings that would be going through my mind at that point. So first of all, you put me through 3 weeks not knowing where you were, what you were doing, and you come home and you don't even console me. You don't even give me a reason or an answer. The first thing and the only thing you say to me is, "I'm leaving you." The woman's response to me is absolutely amazing. Rather than choose to get angry or blow up on him, she lets him carry about his business and decides that even though they're separated now, maybe there's still hope for the future. And so time goes on. They don't actually get back together. And years later, after a lot of hope and prayer, she finds out that he's actually getting remarried to another woman. And so again, her hopes and her dreams are shattered. But rather than get angry, lose hope, or get depressed, she continues to move forward with some sense of joy, amazingly enough. And the truth is, at the end of the story, they don't end up together. But something amazing does happen at the end of this story. The father of this woman had been watching what she was going through and the amazing joy that she was experiencing in the midst of one of the most difficult challenges of her life. And this man looked his daughter in the eye one day and he says, "I don't know what it is that you have, but I want some of it." And what I didn't tell you is that she is a Christian woman, and this man had given his life to Jesus Christ that day and was saved. And forever their lives were changed as a father and a daughter in the relationship, and the man's life was forever changed from that day forward. But I think what I learned from this story is that I think that one of the most selfish things that we can do as human beings is to believe that the things we go through in life are really just about us. I think we fail to realize that some of these challenges and difficulties and this pain that we experience, people see what you're going through. People see your response to it. And I think we fail to recognize the impact that our response to the things that we go through in life have on others. Just think of your spouse, think of your kids, think of all your loved ones, the various people throughout your life that are watching you and what you're going through. And the truth is if we begin to recognize that our pain and our difficulty has the potential to impact lives for the good, I think it would change everything. I look at people so much, and I see this potential in their eyes. And look, I just want to tell you something. Like, do you realize the potential that you have? Do you realize what you're capable of? Do you realize the freedom that you have available to you? I think sometimes people look at me and say, "Oh, yes, Dave, I do." I'm not. I mean, I know I struggle with this, and based on the relationships that I have, I find it very, very difficult to believe that most of us, most of you listening to this right now, really, truly understand the freedom and the joy that's available to you in this life. And I don't want you to spend another second of your life going through it, not realizing the potential and the opportunity that you have right before you. Just look around at those people around you that love you. Think of your spouse, think of your kids. Think of everybody around you at work, when you go out in public. Maybe you're trying to accomplish something or you're dealing with something right now. Don't just focus on the pain that it's causing, but focus on the journey as you go through it. Consider who's watching and consider the impact that you're having on other people's lives. Pain has a reason. And I just don't want you to fail to recognize that your pain can be somebody else's life change. So don't give up. Don't quit. Remember this woman who didn't quit even when everything was saying to her that you should quit. You should just give up. You're not worth it. But she didn't buy into the lie. And I don't want you to buy into the lie either. Don't quit. There's people out there that love you. And I know that you have the potential to change this world as we know it, one person at a time. So I hope you have a blessed day. Thanks for listening.